Greetings, fellow humans. Katrina here. Quick disclaimer, I'm a professional. I'm not your professional. Nothing I'm about to say should be taken as medical, legal, or otherwise advice. This podcast is purely for education and amusement. That is it. Disclaimer over. So today I thought I'd talk a little bit about alcohol-related disorders, a little bit about alcohol, but specifically out of the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual 5, the DSM-5. So we've got actually 5 different alcohol-related disorders. Those are alcohol use disorder, alcohol intoxication, alcohol withdrawal, other alcohol-induced disorders, and finally, unspecified alcohol-related disorder. So the one that I really find interesting is the alcohol use disorder. So that's the one that I'm going to focus on today. So the diagnostic criteria includes 11 different patterns of behavior, and this is what criteria A says. It says, a problematic behavior of alcohol use leading to clinically significant impairment or distress as manifested by at least 2 of the following occurring within a 12-month period. There is a lot of diagnoses that specify duration, time limit, that kind of thing. So this is 2 or more within a 12-month period, and there's 11 different criteria. And 2 of those even have like a subset of A and B. So without further ado, here we go. Number 1. Alcohol is often taken in larger amounts over a longer period than was intended. 2, there is a persistent desire or unsuccessful efforts to cut down or control alcohol use. 3, a great deal of time is spent in activities necessary to obtain alcohol, use alcohol, and recover from its effects. 4, craving or a strong desire or urge to use alcohol. 5, recurrent alcohol use resulting in a failure to fulfill major role obligations, whether that's at work, school, or home. 6, continued alcohol use despite having persistent or recurrent social or interpersonal problems caused or exacerbated by the effects of alcohol. Man, this poison has a long list to it. Number 7, important social, occupational, or recreational activities are given up or reduced because of alcohol use. So that's a big one. That's definitely interfering with life. Number 8, recurrent alcohol use in situations in which it is physically hazardous. So you don't want to be going skydiving drunk or anything like that. Number 9, alcohol use is continued despite knowledge of having persistent and recurrent physical or psychological problem that is likely to have been caused or exacerbated by alcohol. Number 10, like I said, the last 2 of these have subsets. So number 10 is tolerance as defined by either of the following. A need for markedly increased amounts of alcohol to achieve intoxication or desired effect, so a tolerance, right? Or B, a markedly diminished effect with continued use of the same amount of alcohol. So those are both description of tolerance. Finally, withdrawal is the 11th, and this is manifested by either of the following. A, the characteristic withdrawal syndrome for alcohol, and that's going to be referred to in a different section of the differential diagnosis. And then B, alcohol or a closely related substance, such as a benzodiazepine, is taken to relieve or avoid withdrawal symptoms. And then there are some specifications for the severity. There's like mild, moderate, and severe. And there's also like an early remission, sustained remission, or controlled environment. And then it really does go into a few different specifiers, features, and prevalence, as well as the development and course of alcohol use disorder. And the DSM really goes into a lot more of that too. It goes into like risk and prognostic factors, culture-related stuff, gender-related stuff, and functional consequences of alcohol use disorder. So I hope everyone else found that as interesting as I did. And this can be found on pages 490 to 496 of the DSM-5, that big purple Bible that we use. So if you want to support the show, click the button on the website. And I do appreciate each and every one of you simply for existing.